Rachel, and let's move into our Pilates exercises this morning. So we're going to start on the end of your mat. Make sure you've got some space to come forwards. And we're going to just do 1 or 2 roll downs, just to really mobilise the spine. Think about flexibility, always pushing in with your belly button. Let your head and your arms just hang. Push into your core as you roll yourself back up bone by bone. Last one like this. Rolling all the way down, reaching all the way up with your belly button. Once you get to the bottom, you can just hang down a little bit. Grab onto your elbows with your hands, just add some weight. Do some yeses and some nos with your head. Let your neck fully relax. And then we're going to walk forwards with our hands, keeping them about shoulder distance apart. Lift up onto the balls of your feet. Raising your heels nice and high. Again, some yeses and some nos with your head, just to let your neck relax. Really draw in, strong draw in, belly button into your spine. You can increase this, just straighten out your arms, lock out your elbows, bend your knees, draw your head in closer towards your knees, and then slowly straighten your legs. So hold in that down dog shape just for a few more seconds. And then we'll gently drop down onto our hands and knees. So we're on all fours, shoulders nice and low. So really draw your shoulders down, belly button drawing in and up, pelvic floor muscles drawing in and up. So you're making your body like a tight box shape. We're going to hold the shape, keeping your knees out underneath your hips, stretching one leg away, toes down on the ground, and you're just going to lift and lower that leg. So with control, pushing into your heel, just lifting and lowering that leg just as far as hip height. You don't need to go any higher than your hip. Breathe in, feel really broad across the back of your knee. So open out that back leg. Keep it straight, push into your heel, lengthen that leg away. 3, 2, 1, and then you can bring that knee in. Let's change sides. So this might feel quite gentle to start with, that's okay. But make sure that you're really engaging your core, keeping your shoulders low, drawing in with your pelvic floor, and this is all about control. So the only thing moving is that leg, lifting and lowering, pushing into your heel, really lengthen that leg. You should feel this from your bottom down to your heels. 3, 2, 1, and then you can bring that leg back in. We're going to go again with the first leg, so stretch it out this time. Point your toes, lift that leg up to hip height. So you're feeling that stretch from your hip down to your foot, and then we're drawing circles. So again, shoulders low, belly button in, pelvic floor engaged. You can keep the circles smaller, you can make them a little bit bigger, but your main aim is stability. So your shoulders aren't moving, that other hip isn't moving. Let's change direction. With those circles, you might be feeling this in your lower back. You should be feeling it in your core. You should be working hard to stay steady as you circle this leg. 3, 2, 1, and let's change legs. So pointing your toes, lift up to hip height, and let's go. We're doing basically about 10 circles one way, and then changing direction, doing 10 circles the other way. Reach into your foot, lengthen that leg, change direction. Keep your core strong, don't let your lower back start to bend. Even if you've got the flexibility, use your core to keep your back nice and strong. You've got a tray of drinks on your back. Don't let them spill. 3, 2, 1. You can bring that leg in. Well done. Make sure you've got some space to walk out behind you. We're going to walk out into a leg full prone and then walk back in. So you're walking out into a plank and then walking both knees back in. Breathe in. Again, leg a chance to go first. Walking out and then walking back in. Breathe in. Don't forget to breathe. If you want a little bit more, hold your plank, 3 rocks on the balls of your feet, and then walk your knees back in. And again, you can alternate which leg leads on this one, so they both get a chance to go first. Let's keep going, just a few more. Belly button drawing in towards your spine. Last one, each side. Coming up. Keep going whichever level you're working at. 3 little rocks if you're doing the rocks. And once you've brought everything back in, you can round up like a cat. So a cat stretch for your spine, let your head drop between your arms, and then drop your bottom right down to your heels. Reach your fingers forwards, let your forehead touch the mat. Breathe. Take some deep breath into your lungs. Let your spine stretch away, and then we're going to keep our hands exactly where they are, reaching as far forward as you can with your fingertips. We're going to start to lift our heads, rocking up onto your knees, bending your elbows in towards your body as you lower yourself down for a press, and then back down into child's pose. So we're going to move into some push-ups, but staying on our knees, and again, really focusing on that control. So you're keeping the front of your body nice and long and lifted, so your belly button's drawing in towards your spine. Your chin and your chest are reaching away. You can keep these slow and steady. So you're really building that intensity, working really hard. Make sure you've got something soft under your knees. If you want to work a little bit harder here, you can do more reps at the front. So you can do more than one push. But it's totally up to you. Do what's right for you. We're going to do 5 more like this. So however you're working these push-ups, keep pushing into the whole palm of your hand. Keep your chin and your chest and your belly button drawing in with a nice reach forward. Keep your back nice and strong and steady. 3 left. Bending your elbows in towards the sides of your body. 2. Breathe in. Last one. Let's make it a good one. And then once you come back down, with your bottom back down on your heels, you can stay there, just stretch out. Lift the palms of your hands up. Come into spider hands, so push into your thumb tips and each fingertip, just to release any tension out of your shoulders. And then we're going to come up to seated. So find a place to sit on your mat, cross legs if that's comfortable for you. Again, keeping all of that length in your spine, front and back. Belly button is still drawing in. We're going to bring our hands to prayer hands, so resting your thumbs on your chest, index fingers underneath your chin, keeping your ribs over your hips. Breathe out as you twist out. Breathe in as you come back to the middle. So we're going back to a spine twist, which we might have done in our warm-up today. So really good, energizing one, but work with your breath. So breathe out as you twist out. Breathe in as you come back to the middle. Let's keep going. Keep your shoulders low if you want to do a little bit more. Bring your elbows out in line with your shoulders. Breathe out and twist out. If you want to do more, reach both arms out, reaching through your fingertips. Palms facing down. Again, you're rotating your rib cage over your hips. Reach as far as you can out through your fingertips. Keep your arms in line. Keep working with your breath. There's no need to speed up. Just a few more like this. 3. Nice long front and back. 2. Last one each side. And then you can rest everything down. Well done. We're going to bring both legs out, nice and wide. Feet reaching up for the ceiling. So as much as you can, have your thighs down on the ground. So back to your thighs, back to your knees, pushing down on the ground. If you've got really tight quads, your knees might be bent a little bit, that's okay. Work with what you've got today. Toes reaching up for the ceiling. We're going to bring both arms back out wide. We're going to move into saw. So belly button join into your spine. Keep all this length up your front body, keeping your spine nice and long as well. We're going to breathe out as we twist out, navel towards your big toe on one side, and then diving forwards with one arm, saw, 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 and back up. So you're aiming your little finger, your smallest finger towards your little toe, 3 little saws, and then back up to the top. The thumb on your front hand comes up, the thumb on your back hand goes down. Your bottom needs to stay really firmly grounded. Keep your bottom and the backs of your legs down on the mat. Keep your belly button drawn into your spine. That will help you keep length in your spine. Really work on the stability. Breathe out as you come forwards. Breathe in as you come back to the middle and to your centre. Well done, let's just do a few more like this. Keep both sides of your bottom down evenly as much as you can. It doesn't matter if you can't reach your little toe, just aim in that direction. Well done, last 2. Reaching out. And then you can come back to the middle. Well done. We're going to bring our feet more hip distance apart this time. I'm just going to move to the side so you can see a bit more clearly. Keep, again, the backs of your legs down on the mat, so push in as much as you can, open out the backs of your knees, feel from your sit bones right down the backs of your legs so they're really firmly grounded. Again, if your quads are tight, you've got a bit of a bend in your knee, that's okay. Work with what you've got. You're aiming to get as much of your leg as you can down on the mat. Toes reaching up to the ceiling, so you're really engaging the backs of your legs. Belly button drawing in. Again, keep all of that length in your spine. We're going to bring both hands forward, so fingertips are reaching out in line with your shoulders. Don't reach down to your feet for this one. Keep them up at shoulder height. So your fingertips and the crown of your head are going to go forwards, and your belly button is going to go back. And we're going to make a C shape with our spines. So spine stretch forwards, breathe out as you come forwards, as you really stretch, especially the top of your spine forward, so your neck, your upper back. Breathe out as you fold over that big beach ball on your thighs, really push in, belly button towards your spine to help with that stretch. Reach through your fingertips, and then stacking your back up to straight. Keep going. Keep those legs engaged, keep them flat down on the mat, toes reaching up to the ceiling. Work with your breath pattern, so make sure you're breathing out as you come forwards, expel all that air from your lungs. And then breathe in as you stack it back up to straight. Just a few more like this. You might find that you get a bit more flexibility in your spine as we move through these. Work with your own breath pattern. Don't worry if you're going faster or slower than I am. Last one like this. And then stacking up to straight, you can let everything rest down. We're just going to stretch out that one a little bit. So cross one foot over your knee, put that on the ground. the mat, the other side of your knee, opposite arm, either holding onto your knee with your arm or with your elbow, just a bit of a twist for your spine. Other hand comes behind your back, just hold that shape. And then we'll come back to the middle, so stretch it out, both legs straight. We're going to move, we're going to roll down. So we're going to bring our arms back, hands in line with your shoulders, as slowly as you can. Push into your belly button, and we're going to lower ourselves down onto the mat. Keep your legs out straight, make this really, really slow. Feel it right through your core. Bring your arms up over your head once you get down onto the mat. And we're going to move into some roll-ups, but let's just make sure that we're in a good set-up position first. So your shoulders are still peeling down towards your heels, your tailbone is drawing down towards your heels, your belly button is still drawing in and up. So you've got that kind of flow in your body, so the front of your body is moving in and up, the back of your body is moving down towards your heels. So you're really well grounded. We're going to start bringing our arms. Once you get your arms up to shoulder height, we're going to start to peel ourselves off the mat, keeping your arms up straight, reaching up, and then peel yourself back down. So arms, bit of a trick with this one. You can use your arms to help with some momentum. You can speed this one up, or you can keep it slow. If you're able to do this with both legs down on the ground and keep your legs on the ground, if you need a bit more support, you can bend your feet, bend your knees, and have your feet flat on the mat. If you need more support, you can grab on to the back of a knee and use that leg as a bit of a lever, because this is a bit of a warm-up, and we're just trying to work into a number of our core muscles. So whatever level is right for you, we're rolling up and we're rolling back down. We're not going for a perfect Pilates move in this. We're aiming to build flexibility in your spine, create a bit of heat in your body, work through some core muscles and strengthen them. As you lift and lower, whichever option you're taking, whether you've got your knees bent, whether you're using a leg, or whether you've got your leg straight out in front of you, we're just going to do 3 more. Remember, if you're using your legs, alternate which leg you're using. 2, but you should be starting to feel this in your core now. Last one. And then we're going to roll back down and finish with a full body stretch out. Then we'll bring our arms to our sides. Plant your feet down on the mat this time, so hip distance apart. Again, tailbone drawing down towards your heels, so you've got that neutral pelvis. Slide your ribs down towards your hips, so you're engaging your core muscles. Arms at your sides, we're going to bring both legs up to tabletop, so your shins are parallel to the ceiling. Both arms up, fingertips reaching for the ceiling, and we're going to move into the 100, but a bit of a warm-up first. We're just going to reach away, opposite arm, opposite leg, as we hold the other one steady. So knees above your hips, fingertips above your shoulders. You should be feeling this in your core. You should be feeling a bit of a stretch in your hips as well as you reach that leg away. Keep breathing. Just a few more like this, keep going. You should be feeling this working in your core. Feeling that your shoulder blades are down on the mat, so you can spread out with your shoulders. 1 more each side like this. And then you can rest everything down. So we're going to move into the 100 from here. If you've done this before, you know what you're doing. Get your pelvis in neutral, so your tailbone is drawing down towards your heels, which are flat on the floor with your feet flat to start with. Belly button drawing in towards your spine, pinning you down to the mat, and to help with that, slide your ribs down towards your hips, so you're engaging your many core muscles as possible. Bring both legs up to tabletop, so your shins are parallel to the ceiling. You can touch your feet together, or you can hold them out, it's up to you. And then we're going to curl off head and shoulder blade. You can keep your head down if you want to. And we're pumping with our arms. So reaching through your fingertips. The arm movement is coming from your shoulders. So you're keeping your arms really straight, really steady. We're going for 10 breaths like this. Get as much lift of your shoulder blades as you can. Over halfway, keep going. Three more breaths. You can rest your head down if you need to, but if you can, keep it lifted. 2 more breaths. Last breath in, last breath out, and then we'll do a full body stretch out. Breathe, and give your hips a roll if they need it. And then we'll bring our arms back to our sides, plant your feet back on the mat, get your pelvis back into neutral, so you're sliding your tailbone towards your heels. Bring both legs back up to tabletop, slide your ribs down towards your hips, you're using your core muscles. Curl it off if you can, or keep your head down if you need to. We're going to pull in one knee and one ankle and stretch the other leg away. So imagine you've got a lemon underneath your chin. So you're holding your head and your neck really steady. You can lower your head down if you need to. That's fine. If you're lifting your head, really get your shoulder blades off the mat as well. You should be feeling this in your core. And maybe a little bit in your legs. 3, 2, last one each side. And then you can bring both knees into your chest. Do a bit of a rock on your lower back. So we've got 2 more exercises and then we're done. We're going to roll up like a ball and we're going to move into rolling like a ball. So you can bring your heels in as close as you can to your bottom. Find that balance point on your bottom so you're lifting your feet off the floor. If you can, point your toes. If you haven't done this one before, start with your hands at the sides of your hips. Shoulders low, chest lifted. We're going to push into our cores to roll back and then push into your core to come back upward. Don't let your feet touch the floor. So have a play with this one. If you want to work a bit harder, we've done this before, grab onto your shins, but that movement is still all coming from your core. So you're rolling back as you push into your core and you're rolling back up using your core muscles as well. You can make this ball as small and tight as you can. You might be moving around a bit on the ground, that's okay. We'll do 3 more. Keep breathing. Breathe out as you roll back. Breathe in as you come back up. 2. Last one. And then you can let your feet rest down. Hip distance apart. Put your hands to your sides or hands up to your shoulders. And again, for the last time, we'll slowly roll down through your spine. Using your core muscles as we do that. Stretch your arms over your head when you get down to the ground. Keeping your feet hip distance, or you can bring them wider if that feels better, or if you want to work really hard, bring your feet close together. Arms at your sides, hands reaching forwards. Tailbone drawing down towards your heels, so your pelvis is in neutral. And we're going to move into our bridges. So you're using your core muscles to lift up, lift your hips and your bottom as high as you can. Take a breath at the top and then gently roll back down through your spine. Keep breathing. Find a rhythm with your breath that works for you. And remember, the aim of this one is flexibility in your spine. Bit of strength in your lower back. A little bit of work for your core. But keep moving and breathing. And you're trying to roll through your spine. Articulating through your bones and your muscles. Coming up onto your shoulders or as high as you can. If you want a little bit more, straight. You can bring 2 straight arms over your head and back down to your side. Use control. Do that once or twice or 3 times. And once your arms are back down, then you can start to roll back down through your spine. So keep going, keep breathing. We'll just do 3 more like this. You can play around with your foot position, find out what feels best for your body today. Make this your last one, whatever you're up to. No rush. And then once you've rolled back down through your spine, roll right onto your tailbone. You can stretch your legs away. Bring your arms up with your head. Close your eyes if